Honda is cooking up something new in their garage. What if we told you that Honda is developing an engine that could shake up the entire EV industry? Yeah, that's right. Honda has been working on a brand new hydrogen engine, which can practically give twice the range and could charge up to 20 times faster than an EV. While companies like Tesla and Ford have been fighting over the EV throne, Honda is taking a different route and might leave everybody behind. But is this new engine really as good as Honda thinks? Don't go anywhere, as we will be revealing Honda's brand new hydrogen-powered vehicle and explaining how this hydrogen engine works. Let's dive in. Now, we all know how Mother Earth has been crying for help to fix the damage caused by pollution. Cars alone are responsible for nearly 60% of greenhouse gas emissions out of all vehicle classes. According to CBO.gov, transportation is the biggest source of greenhouse gas emissions in the States. To fight this, car brands came up with the marvelous idea of EVs, and to an extent, they did help cut emissions. Enter Honda's hydrogen combustion engine, complementing their diverse carbon neutrality approach. This engine is truly a science marvel. Picture a hydrogen combustion engine that uses hydrogen gas as its primary fuel rather than traditional gasoline. When the engine roars to life, hydrogen gas is supplied from a high-pressure tank to the engine's combustion chamber. Here it mingles with air to create a delightful hydrogen-air mixture. As the engine's pistons compress this mixture, a spark plug provides a tiny yet powerful spark, igniting the compressed hydrogen-air blend. Co-developed with GM, this cutting-edge fuel cell system is set to be more durable, cost-effective, and efficient than its predecessor. With a plug-in capability and a power export function, this CR-V is all about versatility. But Honda is not the only brand that's doing this. This isn't the first time that a car maker is experimenting with hydrogen. In fact, a few other car makers have dipped their toes into these hydrogen-filled waters before. Let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? German automaker BMW was one of the early birds, introducing the 750 HL back in 2002, and later the Hydrogen 7 in 2005. This hydrogen-powered beast was based on a gasoline-powered 6-liter V12, but with a twist. It could burn both hydrogen and gasoline. Talk about a dual-fuel engine, right? And to add some extra coolness, only 100 of these bad boys were ever made. Brands like Toyota are also incentivizing the use of hydrogen as a fuel by offering up to $15,000 worth of fuel with their H2 vehicles, like the Mirai. However, there's also a downside to this story, something which kept hydrogen from becoming the fuel we once reimagined it to become. Honda Clarity, the state-of-the-art vehicle launched at the 2015 Tokyo Motor Show, was Honda's first shot at such an engine. This baby was the first hydrogen fuel cell sedan with its entire fuel cell stack and drivetrain system exactly where a gas vehicle's engine and transmission usually are. This meant that the Clarity SUV had a roomy cabin, comfortably seating 5 people. Honda decked out the Clarity FCV with its most advanced tech, ensuring top-notch fuel cell stack performance. I'm talking Honda's original wave flow channel separators, narrower fuel cells, and a 20% reduction in each cell's thickness. This allowed for a 33% more compact fuel cell stack compared to the original FCX Clarity. But by its final year in production, the 2021 Honda Clarity SUV boasted a driving range of 360 miles, but alas, all good things must come to an end. Just 5 years after its debut, Honda pulled the plug on the Clarity FCV, citing low market demand, a lack of hydrogen fuel stations, weak market reception, and insufficient government subsidies. Natalie Kumaratni, a Honda spokesperson, told USA Today, "We are placing more of our focus on the next generation of electrified products that are coming down the pipeline." Furthermore, hydrogen is, well, highly flammable, so you'd better not be playing with matches around these cars. Plus, processing and storing hydrogen can be a real pain in the trunk, and we can't ignore the nitrous oxide emissions during combustion. Sure, it's not as bad as carbon monoxide, but the EPA still gives it a big thumbs down. But wait, there's a twist. Despite Clarity's failure, there are companies that are highly bent on making hydrogen a viable fuel alternative for us. Meet Talman Marco, who sold $2 billion startups to work on his company, H2 Pro. Despite all the promising benefits of hydrogen fuel cell tech, EV batteries are still more efficient. In order to make hydrogen, H2O is first electrolyzed, compressed, transported, and then stored in fuel cells for reverse electrolysis to later be used as fuel. This is nearly half as efficient as EVs, not to mention this hydrogen fuel is also quite costly, currently going for about $4 to $8 per kilo, while the target should be around $1. H2. Pro has used a fancy engineering trick to make this process more efficient and also cheaper. They separate the oxygen from water with heat instead. We have the oxygen being released just by raising the temperature, so we are releasing the oxygen without applying any power. This is the reason why we can be so much more efficient. The company anticipates that customers will be able to get hydrogen at nearly $1 to $2 by the end of 2025. The government is partnering with more such companies to find a viable way to pull this off. If Honda wants to make a comeback, they'll have to offer all they've got. After all, the competition is pretty stiff now. The Toyota Mirai, for starters, now has a range of over 350 miles, and Tesla and Ford are going strong in the EV market. Their best bet is an SUV with an excellent city range and a sub-$50,000 price bracket, which is exactly the plan with their upcoming vehicles. Honda's approach to hydrogen technology is certainly ambitious, and if executed well, it has the potential to bring about a massive change in the automotive industry. The shift toward carbon neutrality has primarily been dominated by battery electric vehicles, with companies like Tesla, Ford, and Rivian leading the charge. However, Honda's focus on hydrogen combustion engines presents an interesting alternative to the current EV market. The idea of hydrogen-powered vehicles is not entirely new, but Honda's renewed investment in the technology could bring it back into the mainstream conversation. One of the biggest advantages of hydrogen over traditional EVs is its refueling speed and energy density. A hydrogen-powered vehicle can be refueled in just a few minutes, similar to a gasoline car, while EVs still require considerable charging time, even with fast charging stations. Additionally, hydrogen fuel cells provide a significantly longer range, with some models exceeding 500 miles on a single tank. This makes them an excellent choice for long-distance travel, logistics, and areas where charging infrastructure is still limited. However, there are significant challenges that Honda must overcome to make hydrogen a viable alternative to BEVs. The first and most pressing issue is infrastructure. Unlike electric charging stations, which are becoming more widespread, hydrogen refueling stations are still incredibly rare, making ownership inconvenient for most people. Without a well-developed hydrogen distribution network, the adoption of hydrogen-powered vehicles will be extremely slow. Another major concern is the cost of hydrogen production. While companies like H2 Pro are working on making hydrogen production cheaper and more efficient, current methods are still costly and energy-intensive. Hydrogen fuel cell vehicles are also more expensive to manufacture compared to battery electric vehicles due to the complexity of fuel cell systems and hydrogen storage technology. Unless Honda can bring down costs and secure government incentives, hydrogen vehicles may struggle to compete in a market dominated by increasingly affordable electric cars. Safety is another factor that Honda needs to address. While hydrogen combustion engines do not produce harmful carbon emissions, hydrogen itself is highly flammable, requiring advanced safety measures in both storage and transportation. While modern hydrogen tanks are built with reinforced materials to prevent leaks and explosions, public perception of hydrogen safety remains a challenge that needs to be addressed through education and real-world demonstrations. Despite these challenges, hydrogen still has the potential to play a crucial role in the future of clean transportation. It offers an excellent solution for heavy-duty applications such as trucks, buses, ships, and even trains, where battery electric solutions may not be as practical due to weight and range limitations. If Honda can find a way to scale hydrogen production, expand infrastructure, and reduce costs, their hydrogen-powered vehicles could serve as a compelling alternative to EVs. So, will Honda succeed in revolutionizing the automotive industry with hydrogen? Only time will tell. Their partnership with General Motors and their investment in fuel cell technology indicate a serious commitment to making hydrogen a viable fuel source. However, they will need to overcome infrastructure, cost, and public perception barriers before hydrogen vehicles can truly compete with BEVs. What do you think? Could hydrogen-powered cars be the future of transportation, or will EVs continue to dominate the market? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button to stay updated on the latest innovations in the automotive industry.